Oh, another week's gone by. Must mean one thing. It's time to go wild. Welcome to the Time to Go Wild Radio podcast for another week. Of course, you can catch us via YouTube and Podbean, also picked up by Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, and also now, hopefully, on Facebook Podcasts via the Time to Go Wild Radio show page, and also via TuneIn Podcasts. If you want us on Facebook or Twitter, it's facebook or twitter.com/TTGW Radio. Drop us texts 07849 7677755 or email radio@widneswild.co.uk. Whew, catch me breath? Maybe. Busy weekend of hockey to come from all the news. Here we go. It's time to go wild. Hello everyone. Oh, what a busy weekend I've had. And I think everyone in the hockey fraternity across the UK has had a busy weekend. I hope you've all been keeping well. And of course, welcome to the Time to Go Wild Radio podcast for another week. And this weekend over at Planet Ice Widnes, for myself, it was under 12s action and ladies action. But of course, your YKK Widnes Wild were out on the road down in Nottingham, and a bit of a nail biter from what I seem to gather. But I think things came out on the correct side of the score sheet for the Wild. Well, let's go through the scores as usual as we open the show up, and here we go. Our usual roundup of scores from the leagues that we cover pretty much every week. Here's a go. Starting off with Elite League action from Friday. Belfast Giants 5, Cardiff Devils 3. On Saturday, Sheffield Steelers 5, Dundee Stars 4. Nottingham Panthers 1, Glasgow Clan 2 after overtime. Manchester Storm 1, Coventry Blaze 4. Belfast Giants 1, Cardiff Devils 2 after a shootout. Fife Flyers 4, Guildford Flames 2. On Sunday, Nottingham Panthers 1, Fife Flyers 2 after overtime. Glasgow Clan 3, Sheffield Steelers 6. Dundee Stars 3, Guildford Flames 4 after a shootout. Coventry Blaze 3, Manchester Storm 2 after a shootout. EIHA Under 18s North 2 action from Sunday. Sutton 4, Widnes 1. Under 16s North 2 on Saturday, I should say. Sutton 0, Sheffield 12 on Sunday. Solihull 6, Blackburn 6. Under 14s North 2 action on Saturday. Solihull 4, Sheffield 7. On Sunday, Solihull 2, Sutton 2. Under 12s North action from Saturday. Manchester 1, Leeds 8. Billingham 1, Kingston 9. Widnes 9, Blackburn 1. WNAHL Premier League action from Saturday. Sheffield Shadows 9, Slough Sirens 1. Now to Sunday. Kingston Diamonds 1, Milton Keynes Falcons 0. Nottingham Vipers 0, Bristol Huskies 13. Widnes Wild Ladies 4, Chelmsford Cobras 13. NIHL National League action from Friday. Swindon Wildcats 5, Basingstoke Bison 3. On Saturday, Leeds Knights 5, Peterborough Phantoms 4 after a shootout. Bees 1, Sheffield Steel Dogs 4. Telford Tigers 6, Raiders 2. Milton Keynes Lightning 3, Swindon Wildcats 1. On Sunday, Sheffield Steel Dogs 0, Telford Tigers 3. Leeds Knights 1. Basingstoke Bison 5. Raiders 5. Bees 2. Peterborough Phantoms 7. Milton Keynes Lightning 3. NIHL Division 1 North Morley action in the league. On Saturday, Solway Sharks 5, Solihull Barons 4 after overtime. Sheffield Scimitars 7, Billingham Stars 3. On Sunday, Billingham Stars 4, Sheffield Scimitars 3 after a shootout. Blackburn Hawks 2, Solihull Barons 10. Nottingham Lions 3, Widnes Wild 4. And finally NIHL Division 2 North Laidler League action from Saturday. Bradford Bulldogs 7, Altrincham Aces 4. Hull Jets 4, Telford Tigers 3. Coventry NIHL Blaze 7, Nottingham Lions N2 2. On Sunday, Sheffield Titans 6, Bradford Bulldogs 3. Altrincham Aces 7, Sutton Sting 4. And that rounds up the scores from the leagues we tend to cover pretty much every week here on the Time to Go Wild radio show. What a busy week it was. We'll have more next week, of course. But after the game last night in Widnes, I managed to catch up with a few members of the Widnes Wild ladies team, and this is what they had to say, their thoughts, their comments on a busy night in Widnes for the women. 'Tis Sunday down at Planet Ice Widnes, but it's ladies' night. Widnes Wild ladies involved in a combat, we shall say, against Chelmsford Cobras, and I've been double teamed. I've got Shannon and Lean. So, one of you, come on, thoughts on that one?
Hard-fought game. They clearly have a well-trained team that have been playing together for quite a while. So you could see that the basic things like breakouts and stuff were just really working for them today. We battled where we could, I think. It was nice to see everybody giving 100%, but in the end, I think experience won out. So.
Definitely, I totally agree with Lean. I think we worked really well as a team, we communicated really well, and we were really supportive of each other on the bench, and I think that's predominantly, what we really should be focusing on. We are a team, we should work together, and we did that today. I think we did really well.
I think there was some really good positives, some nice goals, and some very, very close calls with the, just not quite getting that little bit of finish on it. But when you've got a play, in a couple of cases, you've got a defence person right on the edge of the goal, it's coming to them. If it was an experienced forward rather than an experienced D, you can get that extra tip. But you can see it's all there. You're getting the plays in, so there's plenty to build on.
Oh, absolutely. It's not. We're doing this long term, aren't we? This is experience for the girls, for all of them. It could be said that it was a difficult jump coming up from Div 1 to Prem. But the experience that everybody's gaining is invaluable. It's gonna really help us in the future.
And you can see poor I'm having a brain blank. Yeah, Steph. I love her to bits. Steph got peppered tonight in the goal, and I must have been over 60 shots I think she faced tonight. But she was making some cracking saves as well.
She did, definitely. She's done really well. I think going forward from Bristol, we've definitely worked on the positioning of the D. We've worked on where the forward should be in terms of breaking it out, getting it out the zone. But yeah, I think Steph's done really well. And going forward, again, we're just going to work together.
It's tough. As you say, a lot of the girls are new, especially to not just playing hockey as well as the level. But you've got to start somewhere.
Exactly, and this is where we are now. Not much we can change about it, so we're just making the most of it. We're playing 4 lines. We're playing constantly 4 lines, so we're never dropping anybody, which is good. Everybody is just getting so much ice time, and I think you can tell from game on game on game. From the beginning of the season till now, you can tell that those game experiences are really, really starting to take hold in the team. It's good.
Yeah, totally, I agree. We're gaining that experience. we're working together and we're gelling as a team. We have got some new players, we have got some experienced players, and I think it's just finding that nice balance at the moment where we can all sit together, work together, and like days like today where we've fought for it really hard, it's come out well for us.
In the scoreline, we'll take it, the positive out of it. It was 4, and 4 well-taken goals. And that's what we have to do. I mean, for those people who couldn't make it, it's a very tricky game. You know, you've got so much to coordinate, so much to put together, and depending upon the opposition, you've got different ways of having to look at it. And if you're new to the game and also stepping up, you've got a lot to put into practice in one go. And because of the way the fixtures are, they're so spread out, getting constant game practice is tricky, isn't it?
It is. We try to replicate as much as we can in training, but games are special, and it's hard to find that sort of experience anywhere else. But yeah, we'll get there.
And you were playing a bit more up front tonight, from what I could see, but the D were actually, picking up as well. So it's good to see things are improving. So you're actually able to play more natural positions for people.
Yes, so that's something that obviously with sort of all the games that we've had to play around a little bit with as well. But we're finding natural positions for people, especially for people that haven't played much before. We are now finding that they're playing extremely well in positions that they thought they wouldn't. Like Natalie Buckles, she is doing extremely well as a defense, even though she was adamant she wasn't one at the beginning of the season.
I've spoken to Natalie a couple of times. She said, no, I want to play forward. But she's just finding it comfortable in D, it seems.
She's doing extremely well, yes. Yeah, she's doing well.
And how are you finding things now?
Yeah, I'm finding it really good. I think it's nice to be sort of that interchangeable sort of person where I can be forward and I can be defence. I'm happy to be either. And I think it's nice to just get both of the experience on my side, really, and then again find where's best for me and where I'm best for the team.
I mean, an up-and-coming fixture is a challenge game, really, with the Cheshire Pistons, which will be interesting in more ways than one. I mean, if you can hear in the background, there's a lot of noise going on. The Pistons are out with a training session now, and they're a noisy bunch. It's going to be a fun affair, especially for one of the Wild Women players and one of the Cheshire Pistons players, because they're a partnership. So they'll be going up against each other, won't they?
That doesn't count when the game's on. Once that puck drops, that's it.
Exactly. What happens off the ice stays off the ice. What happens on the ice, it's hockey.
Exactly.
And it's good to see that we can at least smile and just brush it off, move to the next game. I can't remember what or when it is, but we'll keep it plugged on Time to Go Wild Radio. Last few words?
No, but thank you very much for all the supporters that have come down. It really, really makes a big difference for us. It's lovely to see that, we might not be winning the league this year, to put it mildly, but everybody's so behind us, and that is absolutely so nice.
Yeah, same from me. We need to keep up that positivity as a team, and we love the positivity from the bench and from our supporters as well, so we can't thank them enough for everything that they give us, and especially to our volunteers and things like that as well. Big shout out to them.
Well, thanks very much. Thank you both. Get rested and we'll catch you all soon.
Thanks to Lean and to Shannon. And you can see how hard the girls are trying. Well, you can hear, I should say, how hard all the girls are trying in the team. And it's a tough night. They were all having to work their socks off. The game sheet, to be honest, the reflection on that game sheet shows just how hard they're actually having to work. If I just call it up, I thought I had it loaded. And I'm going to give another apology to Steph because I had a brain blank in the middle of the interview. It's like, and Liam reminded me, and I saw Steph after the game and went, I'm sorry, I just had a complete brain blank. And she's like, oh, don't worry about it. But a massive shout out to Stephanie Drinkwater in goal for the Wild Ladies. I mean, Tegan Hyatt for Chelmsford faced a total of 21 shots in the game. And Steph faced 22 shots alone in the first period. 38 in the second, 34 in the third, for a total of 94 4 shots. So if you want to put that into context, okay, put this into context now. Tegan Hyatt for the Chelmsford Cobras faced 21 shots, 4 goals, 80.95% save. Steph faced 94 shots for 13 goals, 86.17% save. Well, there you go. I mean, as they always say, if you don't shoot, you don't score. But, I mean, that shows just how hard Steph had to work in the goal that night. A big shout out as well to Ellen Tyra, first goal. So she got one of the game pucks for that. And Catherine Fell first got a goal. Katie Fairclough and Preston. Game was, in a way, not too bad. It started off with the first goal for Chelmsford at 32 seconds, unfortunately. Wild answered back at 6:22. 6:55, Chelmsford took the lead again. Another goal for Chelmsford at 12:06. Then again at 14:18. 17 minutes. And then in the second period, it started off at 22:34. Wild answered back 23:49. And then again at 24:37, so pulling a couple back. And then Chelmsford upped the gears again, 33:28, another goal, 34:56, another goal, 35:10, another goal. But Wild did get another quick goal in at 35:49. That was Wild's 4th goal for the ladies. But 44-43, 45-22, I should say, 55-34 and 57-02. That sort of sealed up the game. Final score was Wild Ladies 4, Chelmsford Cobras 13. But all in all, they were working so hard. They actually skated well. You know, we're having to still play players out of position, out of their natural position. Everyone's getting a shift in. Everyone's working hard. They're rotating some of the bench. Some players are actually resting to allow some of the other players to play. And with the fixtures in the WNIHL being so sporadic, the next game for the Wild Ladies is on the 13th of March now. So they've got just over a month till their next game, and it's away in Hull against the Kingston Diamonds. They've got 2 in February, 1 in early March, 1 then in 2 early May away, sorry, at home I should say, and then 2 at the back end of May. But it's so disjointed, unfortunately, just the way the fixtures all run for the ladies in this division. So, you know, training, practice, fitness, it does count for a lot, but match practice is what you need. And the girls are just trying so hard and working so hard. And I tip my hat every week. They go out and they work their socks off. And the results sadly aren't going the way they'd like, but the performances are improving week on week. You can see it. You can see the position is improving, their skating is improving, their movement on and off the puck is improving. And it is a very new team. There's a lot of new players. And we've lost several of our more distinguished and longer serving players, I should say. So it is a massive transition and a big jump for them all to be moving into the Premier League when the Div 1 league is, you know, a slower pace, probably a bit easier for people to work with. But it depends what you want. Do you want a baptism of fire, or push yourself to the limit, or take it a bit easier? And Wild Ladies have gone for the baptism of fire, and I do tip my hat to them, and they're working their socks off. So, that's what more can you ask for? In the meantime, time to look at the game sheet for Sunday now down in Nottingham, where your YKK Widnes Wild were in action against the Nottingham Lions, and the Morley League is still pretty tight. There's a bit of a gap starting to open up, but the game sheet as it is reads as follows. Wild opened the scoring at 5:28 with Jay Robinson from Rich Hagger and Lee Kemp. Second goal goes in at 15:25. Matt Barlow from Rich Hagger and Ken Armstrong. Nottingham answer back at 16:06. Goal from Toby Fisher, assisted Louis Newell and Luke Thomas. And then Wild put a third one in before the break at the end of the first period. Vlad Volkanovs from Jay Robinson and Rich Hagger. Start of the second period, early into it, Wild get their fourth goal in their last one of the game. Vlad Volkanovs from Jay Robinson. And that's the way it stayed. Third period, Nottingham were able to turn the screw a bit. 45-23. Their goal, Zach Yokoyama from Louis Newell. And then at 52-44 on the power play, Zach Yokoyama, unassisted, made it 3-4 in favour of the visitors. Fair few penalties, but mainly minors. And Evan Coles seemed to have been in goal, and it seems they gave Evan the nod for that game. Good performance from him. 50 shots. So the saves were Lucas Sheldon faced 36 shots, 88.89% save. But Evan Cole stood strong, backstopped the squad last night. Total of 50 shots, 13, 17 and 20. So yeah, 50 shots there, 94% save. So, big nod there to Evan for being able to backstop that many. A lot of shots. That is a lot of shots to face in a game. 36, that can be quite typical. But when you're starting to get, above 40, the mid-30s into the 40s and the 50s, you're looking at a lot of shots on goal. So big shout out there to Evan for looking after things in the pipes last night. We were a little short bench by the look of the sheet, but the team did well and came out on the right side. The league, well, where are we now with the league as we get almost into 20 games? We're approaching the 20 game mark. At the moment, Nottingham Lions prop up the table in 8th position, 19 games played, 6 points. Blackburn Hawks have dropped into 7th now, 16 games and 14 points. Billingham Stars move up to 6th, 19 games played, but also on 14 points. Then you've got Widnes in 5th place, 17 games played, 18 points. Sheffield Scimitars in 4th, 20 games played, 19 points. So only 1 point in it, but 3 games in hand have the Wild. Then you've got 3rd place Solihull Barons, 18 games played, 21 points. So not much really between 3rd and 5th. Then you've got Whitley Warriors in 2nd, 28 points off 17 games, and still top of the shop, the Solway Sharks, 18 games played and 34 points. So, in a way, really, yeah, 2nd and 1st I've pulled away, but between 3rd and 7th still, there's not a lot in it. Okay, it's 21 down to 14, but a good weekend and a bad weekend here and there. I mean, 5th to 3rd, 3 points. A win, a draw, an overtime. Well, I'll say a draw. An overtime penalty shootout or whatever. A couple of them, you pick up a point, pick up 2 points, steal a point, etc. It can really shift around in that middle part of the table. So keep your eyes peeled as the weeks go on and keep supporting your teams wherever you are. But, of course, if you're a YKK Widnes Wild fan, keep behind the team. And, of course, keep behind all of our Widnes teams, including the juniors who had a busy weekend as well. Oh, now, I'm going to have to play a special little something now.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
A special shout out to former YKK Widnes Wild player Sam Anderson, because Sam was officiating this week at Planet Ice Widnes, and he worked his socks off. Not only was he there to officiate for the under-12s game, which, when you're officiating under-12s and I'm no official, But watching under 12s, when the buzzer goes for the Jonkers rules line changes and they're playing full ice, it's like organised chaos. It really is. So you've got running clock, buzzer for changes. So technically there's no technical too many players on the ice calls because it literally buzz and like 10 players go off, 10 players come on. Sometimes teams rotate a goaltender as well. It can be absolute chaos. And Sam was officiating and did a stellar job. Took him a little while, I must admit, and he did admit to just adjusting to the rules from a standard set of stop clock rules. But did an absolute stellar job, worked himself silly on the ice, and then lo and behold, I turn up on Sunday for the ladies' game, and Sam's there again. So, and again, he worked his socks off. He, trying to officiate the game. Admittedly, the pace is slower than what you see these days for a YKK Widnes Wild game in Morley. But even so, there's so much going on. You're trying to watch for icing calls. You're trying to watch for too many player calls. You're also looking on the puck, off the puck. He worked his socks off. So a massive shout out to Sam. Thank you for the officiating. Did a stellar job. Earned his pennies, we can definitely say that. Hopefully we'll see him back in action on the ice at the moment, but having a bit of a transitional time with personal commitments, having chatted to him. But yeah, I'm going to say, the officials, they do work their socks off, and our own Sam Anderson did a stellar job. Oh, wrong jingle.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
A little shout out to the Stripes. Well, where does that leave the show now? Well, time for a few items of news. And of course, the EIHA have announced the dates for the finals weekends across all of the NIHL leagues. First off, we've got the D2 South League Britain, the Britain League, their finals weekend, April 23rd and 24th, down at Planet Ice Milton Keynes. Then you've got... Oh, sorry, I'll correct that. The Wilkinson League is the D2 South Wilkinson League. I apologise. That is the weekend of April 16th and 17th at Planet Ice Bristol. So the D2 South Wilkinson finals, Planet Ice Bristol, April 16th and 17th. I clicked the wrong option. Then you've got the D1 South Britain League. They're at Milton Keynes, Planet Ice Milton Keynes, April 23rd and 24th. And then we move up north. Look, we're up north now. Laidler finals. April 16th and 17th at a rather familiar venue, somewhere called Planet Ice Widnes. Seems to have been the home of the Laidler finals for the last few times it's been held. So this year's Laidler finals, once again, Planet Ice Widnes, 16th and 17th of April. Of course, your YKK Widnes Wild will not be in the Laidler finals. They're fighting for a place in the Morley finals this year, and they will be played at Planet Ice Leeds. That's on the 23rd and 24th of April. So Morley finals, Planet Ice Leeds, April 23rd and 24th. And then we have the NIHL Final Four weekend in Coventry, April 30th and May the 1st. So that's the NIHL Final Four Championship Series. Comes to a close the weekend of the 30th and May the 1st, April 30th, May 1st, down in Coventry. And the top two sides are playing off. There is also, on the Sunday, the NIHL 1 Championship game will be played between the NIHL North Morley playoff winners and the South 1 Britain playoff winners again. And of course, the last time we had the North-South playoff was during the behind closed doors games, and your YKK Widnes Wild came out on the right side of that one. But yes, this is going to be a tough series. Who knows who will get there? Once you get to playoff hockey, anything can happen. So they're the finals weekends. So we've got Wilkinson in Bristol and Laidler in Widnes the weekends of the 16th and 17th, and Britain down in Milton Keynes, Morley in Leeds, 23rd and 24th of April, and the Final Four weekend in Coventry, April 30th and May the 1st. So keep your eyes peeled and, of course, be rooting for your team. It's exciting times as we get into that final part of the season. Though, hopefully you're all getting nice and excited and getting ready and being loud and proud. But of course, you need to know when the games are happening. Before we go to that bit, of course, the usual shout out to our sponsors. We've got our sponsors, of course, who are title sponsor YKK. And additional sponsors, of course, of Spragues & Son of Widnes, Straight In, MPG Maintenance Property Services, The Coach Company, Crosscheck Clothing, University of Salford, Planet Ice, and we have our charity of the Halton Haven Hospice. If you want to check out everything Widnes Wild online, you can do via widneswild.co.uk, Facebook or twitter.com/widneswild, instagram.com/widneswildofficial, and we put all the podcasts as well as the try and link up to all of the match games where the videos are uploaded by either Drop the Puck for the Wild or for all the other partner games for the other teams. youtube.com/Widnes Wild Ice Hockey Club. And of course, we're available now with the podcast, not also through Podbean. I think, if I remember, it's ttgwradio.podbean.com, or through the app. Also via Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, and we've recently managed to get onto TuneIn's searching. So if you use TuneIn as well, hopefully you can pick us up through that. See, trying to get out as many places as we can. Meanwhile, back to fixtures as our closing bits. This weekend, Saturday the 12th of February, the Kingston Under-14s host your Widnes Under-14s at 12:30. And then on Sunday, Blackburn Under-16s host Widnes Under-16 at 5 p.m. And your YKK Widnes Wild are back in action against the Solihull Barons at Planet Ice Widnes, 5:30 p.m. And then we have Cup Final weekend. But also during that, we on the Saturday the 19th of February, Widnes Under-16s will be hosting Sheffield Under-16s at 3:20. And up in Dundee, the Dundee Comets will be hosting your YKK Widnes Wild in the Cup Final Leg 1, 6:30 p.m. And then on the Sunday, back to Planet Ice Widnes, YKK Widnes Wild host the Dundee Comets, 5:30 p.m. It's the Cup Final second leg. And of course, absolutely anything is possible. Moving on to the following weekend, 26th of February, Widnes Under-10s are in cross-ice action in Telford at 4:20. Billingham Under-12s host Widnes Under-12s at 5:30. And then Billingham Under-14s host the Widnes Under-14s at 7:15. We also have on the Sunday the 26th, Sheffield Under-16s host Widnes Under-16s at 6:15. And your YKK Widnes Wild are back in action at Planet Ice Widnes against the Whitley Warriors at 5:30 p.m. Couple of rec hockey dates for your diary if you like a little bit of rec hockey as well. When I find the sheet, here we go. We have the Ice Hockey Summer Cup game. Next one is on March the 20th, when the Earl Road Elks will be taking on the Wire Seagulls at Planet Ice Widnes at 6 p.m. And we also have an interesting matchup coming up this Saturday the 12th. If you want a bit of late night hockey, come down to Planet Ice Widnes for 10 o'clock. Yes, 10 p.m. on Saturday, when the Cheshire Pistons are taking on, I think it's the Kingston Fat Dads. What a name! Kingston Fat Dads. The wonders of rec hockey. That's this Saturday night, 10 p.m. at Planet Ice Widnes. Come down and see another one of the teams playing at a Planet Ice Widnes. That's the Cheshire Pistons and the Kingston Fat Dads. 10 p.m. Planet Ice Widnes. I've got a chuckle at the name. It proves sometimes you don't take yourself too seriously in this world, and it just gets you a long way. So yeah, lots and lots of hockey action coming up out of Planet Ice Widnes and across the rest of the country. So I think that brings us to the end of yet another podcast. Thank you to everyone who I've spoken to over the weekend, and everyone involved, of course, behind the scenes in British ice hockey, be it within the EIHA, the Elite League, all the clubs across the country. We all work so hard to make sure you out there can enjoy the sport that you love week in, week out. So all I can say, once again, from the Time to Go Wild podcast, we'll be back hopefully next week with another edition of this podcast. We'll hopefully be arranging another round table. Who will be the victims this time? I have no idea yet. The wonders of my organisational skills. However, as usual, I shall close by saying be loud and proud for your hockey wherever you get it. Enjoy it, support your teams, and of course, have a good week. Look after yourselves and look after each other. Till the next podcast, ta-ra.